Hey! It's the Pacific Northwest Geek here. Echo! Hero here. Cha, baby. Back for day 3 of 80s week. The Goonies are good enough. Woo! Good enough for you. Good enough for me. Yeah. That's right. I am looking at I got my notesies right here. I am looking at the 1985 movie, The Goonies, which turns 39 this year. 39. Woo! 39. That is a fun watch. I got my little notesies here. This movie was directed by Richard Donner. Donner had a long career. He directed such films as Superman. I think he was uncredited for the second one. The Toy, which I believe I've seen. I believe it's Richard Pryor movie. Multiple Lethal Weapon movies. Was set to direct the upcoming final Lethal Weapon movie before he passed away in 2021, which, by the way, I heard Mel Gibson's taken over. It's based on a story by the legendary Steven Spielberg. This movie stars Sean Astin. This is actually apparently his film debut. By the way, he most recently played Bob Newby in season 2 of Stranger Things. Josh Brolin, apparently also his film debut. Jeff Cohan, Corey Feldman, who the year before was in Gremlins and Friday the 13th Part 4. I think he was also he also did Friday the 13th Part 5. He had a cameo. Hugh Guan has Data. He had previously starred as Short Round in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Dooms. Carrie Green, who apparently must like Brolin and Astin. This is her film debut. Martha Pomperton. John Masaski, who used to play for the Raiders. He passed away a few years after this movie. Robert DeVee, Joe Patanio, and Anne Ramsey. She had a long-running career. She'd been going on since the early 70s. Appeared in such movies as Any Which Way You Can, in which he appeared alongside probably a snow plow, because the day I'm filming this is ahead of 80s week, and we've had some snow. Anyways, and in which ways you can, she appeared alongside her real life husband, the late Logan Ramsey. She also was in National Lampoon's Class Reunion, Deadly Friend, and Throw Mama from the Train. She passed away in 1988. Now, this movie basically, it takes place in Astoria, Oregon. And it looks like everyone in town is going to have to leave. Some guy's buying up and getting all the property in town so he can do something with it. And one day, one of the Fratellis, where is it? Sorry about that. Jake Fratelli is being held by the police when his mother, Mama Fratelli, and his brother Francis break him out of jail, and we get a police chase where during which time we get to meet the various members of the Goonies and some of their associates. Now, Mikey, played by Sean Astin, they don't want to leave town. They're not happy. But while they're looking in the attic, he finds some stuff, an old pirate map. This guy named One-Eyed Willie, apparently is a famous pirate in the area, and that his ship, or at least his gold, might be in the area. And they go on this journey to go look for it, during which time they come across Andy and Steph. Andy's played by Carrie Green, and Steph is played by Martha Palmerton. Andy has a thing for Brand, which is Josh Brolin's character. They also come across the Fratellis and end up finding the entrance to a cave and begin this journey to find One-Eyed Willie's gold. They find some human remains of some guy who apparently went looking for it but disappeared. Chunk, played by Jeff Cohan, gets left behind and caught and locked in a room with Sloth, played by okay, I want to make sure that everything. Okay, John Mataskis. Sorry about that. I'm saying these names wrong. And the other Fratellis go because Sloth is the third son of Mama Fratelli, and he's deformed. Anyways, Sloth and Chunk end up creating this bond while the Fratellis go looking for the Goonies and the two girls because they want to catch them and they want the gold. So you got this whole thing of them trying to survive all these old traps set like 200 years earlier. That's already killed at least one person. The guy that because they find the body of this guy who went looking for it and disappeared like decades earlier. They also have to deal with the Fratellis. Data, played by this is Ki-Hu Kwan. I'm sure someone will correct me. He's like a little inventor guy, and he's always like, I'm gonna go set booty traps. And they have to tell him, no, booby traps. I did say that. Dude, he was fun as hell. As Short Round the year before in Temple of Doom, and he's keeping it up with this film. Loved his performance. He's a highlight of it. And they're going through all this journey. Andy ends up somehow kissing Mikey, but she really wants to kiss Brand because she's got to go. Hey, Brand. And Brand, of course, is like, hey, Andy. This movie is completely fun. It's a highlight of the 80s. Now, for years we've heard about a sequel, but a new adaptation at this point, that would get it. With Donna dying in 2021, the chances of it look at least likely. But while watching this film, I don't know how I missed this line. There's a scene where Chunk tries to call the sheriff to report about the Fratellis, everything that's going on. Chunk has a wild imagination. We see that early in the film when they say that something about Michael Jackson. He claims that Michael Jackson stopped by his house to use the bathroom and some other stuff. So when he's calling the sheriff's going over the list of different calls he's made, including one that caught my attention. I don't know how, after all these years, decades, this flew over my head. But when he's talking about some of these calls, he calls them pranks. He says he was trying to tell him about little creatures that multiply when you throw water on them. Wonder what movie that's a reference to. I mean, one of the cast members happened to be in Goonies, who the year before was in that movie, but Also, Cyndi Lauper apparently worked on the music, and she recorded a song called "The Goonies Are Good Enough." There is a 2-part music video for this, which stars not just some of the cast of Goonies, but multiple legendary wrestlers from the WWF, now known as WWE. The late Captain Lou Albano, the late Rowdy Piper, the late Fabulous Moolah, the late Iron Sheik. It's got Nikolai Volkov. I don't know if he's still alive or not. I think he has passed. Fabulous Moolah, yeah, she's passed. Freddie Blassie, the late Freddie Blassie. The late Andre the Giant. I think Randy Ruckner might be the only one of the wrestlers that appear in this that is still around. And if I can find either the 2 parts or someone who's put them together for one video, I will put it in the description. Now, this is on Tubi, but it's going to be removed soon, so I'm not going to bother to put it. Also, my copy, my Snapper case, I got from Pat, Have Cheetah Will View. I will put a link for him in the description, as well as Jennifer Tucci, because, hey Jen, I reviewed a Corey Feldman movie. Ooh, I reviewed a Corey Feldman. Anyways, I hope everybody is enjoying the 80s week. I'm, picking out these movies isn't easy because there's a lot of great movies. There's a gold mine of non-horror movies from the 80s to pick from, and it's really hard. But anyways, I am the Pacific Northwest Geek, and I need to go find what would be for day 4. Well, look, it's the 4 Horsemen. Woo! Anyways, I'm the Pacific Northwest Geek, and I will see you on the flip side. Toodaloo.